one from my hometown paper, the Boston Globe. Take steps to deal with dangerous dog. And boy, what a dangerous looking dog that is. You don't attempt to approach the animal. Here's a poorly worded sentence there. Students cook and serve grandparents. Here's Hairman's hair replacement. I love the... Are you tired of masquerading as a bald man? That's what it's... Look at this. Well, look at that. There you go. Look at the before and after picture. Pretty much. Look at yeah. But you go from Ed Asner to the lead singer from Air Supply. Look, it's not even the same guy. Look, before and after. Look at the guy. I'm going to show you the headline. I'm going to read you the story. You know, there are some people... Okay, look at this. It says, 7-foot alligator attacks couple who went for midnight swim. Okay, and you go, oh, that's too bad. It's terrible. They go for midnight swim. Daz's, that's the lady's name, who received 75 stitches on her leg, said they should have been more careful. We'd been sitting near the water talking before it got dark and saw the gator stick his head out of the water a couple of times before we went in. That guy doesn't know how lucky he is. Is that a gator? Oh, yeah. You know, this is my favorite picture of the week. Synchronized swimmer Megan Kinney, 14, of Encino, with her team. Now, there she is. There's Megan. Doesn't Megan look terrific? That's her. That's her in the back row. Isn't she something, huh? Look at this. Items include 200 items. These are things they serve at the restaurant. Some are delicious. Look at that one there. Roast duck. What is that? What is that? What is that? Pterodactyl? What is that? Did I see that in Jurassic Park? What is that? You know, I'm going to pass on the roast duck right now. Here says the blotter, Crime Watch. Look at that. Elgin. 5 $25 bills were stolen between midnight and 8 a.m. So, folks, those should be easy to spot. If someone gives you a $25 bill... Crime Watch. On March 1st, something was stolen from someone at the baseball field. If you have any information, like what was stolen and when it happened, please give us a call. Nothing funnier to me than stupid criminals. Here you go. An Apollo Loco restaurant was robbed. I'm going to read this to you. The first tip-off that the robbery of Apollo Loco might have been an inside job was the shirt one of the robbers was wearing. The man burst in the restaurant wearing an Apollo Loco employee shirt with his name on it. He was soon apprehended. Bob, hey, how'd you know it was me? You know, I don't know why we have such a problem in this country with spelling. Lately, it's like nobody knows how to... Is it the computer thing? Nobody writes? Nutrients like those in breast milk appear to make babies smarter. Here you go. New mistake-proof grammar. Spelling bee. Is that hard? Is that a hard 2 words to spell? Okay, Friendly Hill students knocked out of spelling bee regionals. Okay. Robert Toombs, spelling bee. Or you might want to go to the spearing bee. Mathematics and English teacher wanted. A friend of mine got this in a fortune cookie and gave it to me. Fortune cookie in a Chinese restaurant. A gambler not only will lose what he has, but will also lose what he doesn't have. Today's lucky number, 712, 712. Here's the craft fair. Look at that, folks. What a deal. Admission $2. Adults under 12, free. It's pretty much Gary Coleman, isn't it? That's about it. You know, if you're going to go drinking, drink sensibly. I would not recommend this product. Seagram's VD. Yeah, that does not yeah. Now, this is Monogram bathroom tissue. Look at their slogan. the choice of food service professionals. You know, before I come back out to your table with your food, I always... You know, we got to pay teachers more money. I'm sorry, we have to pay teachers more money. You know, look, I'll tell you this way. Look at this. This is so unbelievable. Just to show I'm not making it up, here's the actual clip. Several teachers at Lindsay Thurber High in Red Deer, Alberta, reacted to a bomb threat note found in the classroom by sending students out to search lockers to find the bomb. One teacher offered extra credit. Here's the Daily Californian. Question, do you think it is reasonable for the city council to ban small concealable handguns? Francis Phelps, it's common sense. Why would you allow people to walk around with guns? I think people with guns should be shot in the face. One more? And finally, well, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what this guy's up to here. It says, back injury on the job? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Maybe stick to doing your job, pal. You wouldn't have a back injury, okay? Oh, boy, this is going to hurt his campaign, Kev. Look at this. Drug offenders serving less prison time. Can you go in close? Look at what is Bush doing there? Oh, boy, look at that. Caught red-handed. Yeah, red-handed. Yeah. Yow. Gas cloud prompts evacuation of colon. Ow. Stay away from the burrito. Here's Low Country Barbecue and Buffet. This here is a Low Country Barbecue and Buffet located in the Old Clock Restaurant. Look at this. They're going upscale. Look at that. We now have silverware. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You see them uptown folk using utensils, we can use them. I don't know why this made me laugh. This makes me laugh as much as anything I've ever seen. It's just so stupid. Conference tables, special. Oh, yeah, that's a hell of a conference. All right, come on, let's get everybody around the table. Can you folks hear me at the other end of the conference table? Actually, that's new Microsoft conference table now. Yeah, that's it right there. I'm sorry, I take it back. This one makes me laugh. This is so stupid. This is Atkins Diet. This is some kind of pill. There it is. And I like there's right there. Look, is it going close? Not actual size. Apparently, that's not. It says take 3 of those every day. Here's the Fayetteville Exchange Club proudly announces the annual bean supper and silent auction. You know, I don't think it's going to be quite as silent as perhaps we had anticipated. Now, this seems rather cruel. And a lovely woman. She's on West Wing, one of my favorite actresses. You all know her, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that's going close. Stockyard Channing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't confuse it with Stockard Channing, the lovely actress. That's Stockyard. This is creepy. Florida Dental Center. One day, do all your teeth in one day. And look at the difference. Look at that. Look at the before picture. Here's the guy. Apparently, he was a homeless guy with no teeth. And now, look at him now. Apparently, photography not in wide use in the Florida area. So there's some sort of police sketch artist. Tony Montana, huh? You want to buy some gold and silver chains, huh? Ah, come on, you want it? You want to meet my little friend, huh? Here's the police log. December 27th, 7:05, vehicle driven by David King struck an illegally parked deer on US 59. How many times you see deer just hanging by the side of the road? Need crushed ice? We have bags and bags. Great for making drinks, $24.95 per bag. Look at that note. Not responsive for salt, gravel, bits of dirt, or cat litter found in the ice. Here's a clever guy. Here is one clever guy. He's got a spa for sale. Look at that. Hot tub. Seats 1 man, 5 women. Pretty good. This guy's phone's ringing off the hook. How stupid is this? Spy glasses take pictures in secret. Yeah. Look at that. They may look like ordinary sunglasses, but they actually hold a hidden autofocus camera. Oh, boy, yeah, surprise somebody with that, pretty much. You know something? People are so stupid. People are no smarter than they were 300, 500 years ago. Look at this product. I mean, increase sexual confidence with pouch magnet in your pants pocket or underwear. No, go on close. Small but powerful magnet designed to sit invisibly at the bottom of your trouser pocket or in the pouch of your underwear, where it continually bathes the male organ in a gentle, energized magnetic field. I mean, how... Hey, Mom, why is Dad stuck to the refrigerator? My Dad, I can't get up. I can't get up the refrigerator. I mean, how bad is that?
Oh, thank you.
One of my favorite areas, dumb criminals. Says Florida jail escapee caught asking for directions. An inmate who broke out of the Santa Rosa County Jail last month was captured in Georgia after he flagged down a police officer and asked directions to a known drug dealer. I guess wearing that county prison shirt didn't help me. Here's a wonderfully bad taste item. Wonderfully bad taste. It's called the Spirit of Titanic. Look at that. It's a snow globe with the sunken ship in it. And I guess if you shake it, little bodies float around in it. There's a store with their new spring colors. Beautiful ones, aren't they? Beautiful, beautiful spring colors. What do we got? Go to weddings? All right, go to weddings. Let's see what we have here. Some people getting married. Okay. Some of these are kind of interesting. Here's the Rector Carr wedding. There's the Keen Belcher wedding. Yeah, folks, it's the Bare Bosom wedding. It's the Growing Long wedding. Yeehaw! It's the Johnson Duncan. You boys like that cowboy sex? It's the Ryder Moore wedding. You don't want to miss this one, the Bayonet Bender wedding. The Lickin' Ick-Off wedding. And my favorite, folks, it's the Pullin' Wood wedding. There it is right there. Here's a badly written headline from the Daily Item. Protesters protest, protest signs protest. Here's the Iowa Farmer Today. Apparently, maybe not a lot happens in Iowa. This is a huge headline. I'm sure it's a lovely place. I've never had this happen. Poop pellets could pass for party snacks, so please. So you farm kids, be careful at those parties. Okay, don't eat the red raisins. Here's your school system. Here you go. Customer can't order half a dozen McNuggets. This guy says, I went to McDonald's, I looked at the menu, saw you could have an order of 6, 9, or 12 chicken McNuggets. I asked for half a dozen McNuggets. Kids said, we don't have half a dozen. You can only get 6. There you go. Before taking to the ice with friends, Peter Linden, 13 of Denville, says he uses his 300-pound dad to test whether the ice will hold. Here you go. Okay, I just want to show you the headline before I show you what many people consider the humorous part. I'm not sure of this word. It said, young man's life improved after orthoganic, am I saying that right? Orthoganic surgery. Okay? I'm going to read the story. Young man, young Brian, 6 years old, dentist informed him the boy's underbite would only worsen over time. They went on, the purpose of it, he had no self-esteem. He was self-conscious about his looks, his eating habits. He was afraid to go out of the house. The kid says, I look like Jay-Leno. Wow. Hey, Brian, right here. I look like Jay-Leno. We got to call this kid and see what he looks like. I think he's a rather handsome young man before that horrible surgery disfigured him. No, being silly. Being silly. It just made me laugh. I look like, it was horrible. I look like Jay Leno. I don't even understand this product. Who would make this thing? Look at this for kids. Look at this, kids. It's Easter bomb bags. Squeeze the mystical object inside the bag, explodes in 5 seconds. And what better gift for Easter than an exploding bag? What is that? Here you go. There's puppies for sale. Looking for new homes. Mom, German Shepherd. Dad, one-night stand. Think a Republican placed this for sale. One 10-month-old jackass, small, named Al Gore. Called GWB. I wonder who that would be. Boy, talk about feathering your own nest. Look at this, free jelly beans with every package of Colgate toothpaste. Explain this to me. This is Adopt Options, the County Humane Society. There's Shadow. Look at the cat. Look what it said, 2.5 years old. Loves making biscuits on your lap. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Well, this is so stupid. We're easy to find. This guy's got a store. It's a hardware store. And look at the map. You see? See, they're right on Main Street. You see how? What could be easier to find than that? This is Men Seeking Women. Ambulance chasing attorney recently disbarred and currently under indictment seeks lady for honest relationship. Here's one from my home state of Massachusetts, Kev.
All right.
Look at this. Well, you know what? You know, if you want to be a policeman in Boston, you have to live in Boston. You know that? It's a residency requirement. Look at this. 4 police officers petitioned the city to be exempted from the 24-year-old residency rule requires police to live in Boston within a year of employment. The officers want to move outside the city, claiming it's too dangerous for police to live in Boston. Here we go. Stupid criminals. My favorite part of the show. Look at this. I'm going to show you the headline. Telltale clue trips up bank robbery suspect. What could the telltale clue be? Well, this bank robber yesterday saved Jacksonville police some time by writing the demand note on the back of a police report of his previous arrest. Here's another genius. Get a look at that face. It says, William Rogers. This guy attacked a barmaid with a 2x4. Rogers heard about a composite sketch that was hanging in the bar. He went down to the bar to see if it looked like him, and the police arrested him. You think this looks like me? This seems real inappropriate for the New York Times, okay? What does it say? It's the New York Times. See right there, New York Times. Yankees Clemens appears to have extension in hand, and look at the photo. This is so bizarre. We asked, what period in the history of the world do you think of the all-time worst? This is Nick Ennis. Look what he says. I think, obviously, that period of monkey-man hybrid during evolution was probably the least fun. I would hate to have lived as a grunting, drooling ape without the sense to bathe or the means to prevent massive amounts of body hair from engulfing my being. Plus, I look like Jay-Leno. How many more, Mike? 1 minute? One more. Let's see what we have. What's a good one? One more. Well, this last one's very odd. This is the something club. Mike Hosty plays with himself Tuesday, the 25th. Folks, you have a headline. Take care of the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, 3000 West.